Ali Abdulaziz has never been one to hold back when talking about his fighters, but his latest comments about Islam Makhachev have fans buzzing ahead of UFC 322.
If Islam right now fought the old Islam, we beat him in the first round. He's big, he's strong, he's healthy, he's happy, he's not suffering cutting weight, and he's very, very strong. He make everyone feel like an amateur.
The longtime manager hinted that what people are about to see inside the octagon will be something entirely new, a version of Makhachev unlike anything we have seen before. According to Abdulaziz, Islam has evolved into the best version of himself, sharper, stronger, and far more dangerous since leaving behind the brutal weight cuts of the lightweight division. The move up to welterweight, he says, has unlocked the true potential of the Dagestani champion.
In my opinion, he's the greatest pound-for-pound fighter right now, but I'm talking about that all the time. If he beat JDM, and I'm very confident he will do, he would tie Anderson Silva's record, 16-fight winning streak. Win one more, you can consider him the greatest pound for pound. The way he's beating guys, finishing 9 of his last 10 opponents, beating pound for pound guys to become the pound for pound. The way he beat Vogue, the way he beat Oliveira, the way he beat all these guys, he's he's very dominant, and he's good everywhere. And Islam been working really hard with Javier Mendez, with Khabib. I mean, I've been part of the camp for the last couple of weeks too. But he's closing all the T's, and he's ready, man. He's ready. But JDM, it's a really great fighter. And you can't take anything away from him. We're fighting the best guy in the division right now. I believe he is the best guy in the division. And Islam have a big job on his hand, but I'm very confident November 15, Islam will win.
Behind the scenes, those closest to Makhachev have witnessed this transformation firsthand. Coach Javier Mendez has seen his fighter's growth from a lean, 155-year, constantly battling the scale, to a well-rounded, fully developed welterweight. The early stages of that shift weren't easy. Years of cutting weight had left a mark, and adjusting to a bigger frame took time and patience. But as the months went on, everything started to click. Makhachev began filling out naturally, gaining muscle without losing the attributes that made him special. Mendez was amazed at how well Islam carried the new weight. He still had the speed, timing, and precision that dominated the lightweight division. But now, his strikes and grappling had a heavier impact. The coach even suggested that he doesn't see any reason for Islam to ever go back down in weight. He looks comfortable, confident, and complete. Everything a top welterweight should be.
I watched him train, I watched what he was doing, and I was so impressed. And then he did his first sparring, and I was blown away. I was blown away how good he got, how well he adjusted to the weight. I was blown away. So I'm very confident in him, and regardless what anybody says, he's still #1 pound for pound in my eyes. So that's my guy, pound for pound #1, Islam Makhachev. And the new version of him is coming, November 15th at Madison Square Garden, and he will be the new welterweight UFC champion.
For Makhachev himself, this new chapter represents both ambition and finality. He's made it clear that welterweight will be his home from now on. The Dagestani star has his eyes set on becoming a 2-division champion, but he doesn't plan to chase a 3rd belt. He wants to make history by winning and defending titles in 2 weight classes. Nothing more, nothing less. To him, that achievement would be enough to cement his legacy as one of the sport's greatest. As UFC 322 approaches, the anticipation around his matchup against Della Maddalena has reached fever pitch. The Australian striker has been on a tear, recently defeating Belal Muhammad with a clinical performance that showcased his crisp boxing and much improved takedown defense. His confidence is sky high, and he's preparing to defend his welterweight belt against one of the most complete fighters in the world. But in typical fashion, Makhachev's team exudes quiet confidence.
Who do you guys have right now for Jack and Islam?
Islam Makhachev, 1 Islam Makhachev, 2 Islam Makhachev, 3 Islam Makhachev, 4 Islam Makhachev, 5 Islam Makhachev, 6 Islam Makhachev, 7 Islam Makhachev, 8 Islam Makhachev, 9 Islam Makhachev, 10 Islam Makhachev, 11 Islam Makhachev, 12 Islam Makhachev, 13 Islam Makhachev, 14 Islam Makhachev, 15 Islam Makhachev, 16 Islam Makhachev, 17 Islam Makhachev, 18 Islam Makhachev, 19 Islam Makhachev, 20 Islam Makhachev, 21 Islam Makhachev, 22 Islam Makhachev, 23 Islam Makhachev, 24 Islam Makhachev, 25 Islam Makhachev, 26 Islam Makhachev, 27 Islam Makhachev, 28 Islam Makhachev
Dude,
let's lock in the picks. Dude, going into this fight, I know Bilal isn't the same grappling level as Islam. You give him a B, right?
Yeah.
Islam's grappling like an A+, right? As far as his ability to finish fights, take you down. With all that said, I feel like the boxing and the size is going to be the big difference for Islam.
This is the part that Islam will excel in.
Exactly. If you could pin him.
Like, Islam's not going to just lay on him like this.
100%. The fact that JDM can scramble, that turns into submission opportunities for Islam, a guy who could finish him on the ground. Sorry.
Craig Jones, the BJJ coach for Alexander Volkanovski and Jack Della Maddalena, decided to take a playful jab at the Dagestani fighters with a viral video that's been making waves online. In his tongue-in-cheek skit, Jones poked fun at the so-called origins of Dagestani dominance in MMA, sarcastically claiming that the Russians had simply copied Canadian wrestling. He joked that Khabib, Nurmagomedov, and Makhachev weren't mountain men, but actually inspired by Georges St. Pierre's style. He even teased that Islam's fighting approach was basically a blend of GSP's timing and Khabib's control. While the jokes continue online, inside the fight world, the respect for Makhachev's ability runs deep. George Masvidal gave perhaps the ultimate compliment by calling Islam the best grappler in MMA. Masvidal believes that once Makhachev gets a fight to the ground, it's practically over. His control, positioning, and ability to smother opponents make him a nightmare for anyone unable to keep the fight standing. Masvidal expects UFC 322 to be the fight that confirms what many already suspect, that Islam's dominance transcends weight classes.
Islam Makhachev and Jack Maddalena.
I got Islam.
Islam. It's a good fight.
Yeah,
it's a good ass fight.
I think that's a really good fight for Islam. Islam's top control is different than Bilal. Like Islam.
Oh yeah,
Islam,
no, that 100%. I think he's the best guy on the ground, on the mat. Once it hits the mat, now nobody else has better ground control, submissions, just everything. On the ground, he's a real life nightmare. Strikes as well, he does damage. I would easily say Makhachev is the best ground fighter right now, you know, especially after what he did to Charles Oliveira. You know, what he's done to so many guys it's crazy. It's just, is he going to be able to deal with the size and the defensive athleticism wrestling of Jack? Because Jack could wrestle pretty damn good defensively, you know, and he showed out against Bilal. Bilal, I know, is not Islam with the technical savviness, especially up against the cage, because I feel like Islam has several degrees with his foot sweeps, his judo, a lot of the things that he does like really, really slick, you know, so it could be early on in the fight. Islam could get you down and get you tired early, you know. He's very, very good at doing that. But that being said, I think Jack is a threat he's never faced before. I think Jack, and to be honest with you, Jack has some of the best hands right now in the fucking UFC. Bar none. Like, I could see this guy throwing hands with anybody. He's not going to have a problem. The way he switches stance, it's like he's a Terrence Crawford, man.
Daniel Dariush offered a more technical perspective. He respects Islam's composure and his ability to stay calm under pressure, but wonders if this time, physicality might become the deciding factor. Dariush pointed out that Della Maddalena's natural size and strength could even things out. While Makhachev's technique and fight IQ are unmatched, Dariush believes this could be Islam's toughest test yet, because Jack's physical attributes might finally give someone the tools to push him into deep waters.
Islam versus JDM. Do you still favor Islam in that matchup?
I'm going to lean now towards JDM. I feel like the size will make a difference. Cardio-wise, JDM has great cardio. Maybe I'm wrong, but so I just feel like JDM.
Dan Hardy looked at the matchup from a psychological angle. He finds it fascinating when dominant champions move up in weight. Hardy explained that success doesn't always translate perfectly across divisions. A fighter might gain strength but lose the explosiveness that made him special at a lower weight. In Makhachev's case, he sees both potential benefits and risks.
John Jones against Tom Aspinall, which is the blockbuster. I think Della Maddalena's got a bright future. I don't know whether he's going to hold the belt or, you know, he's going to lose it to another one of the top contenders and then pick it back up again. I don't think he's going to lose it to Makhachev, though. I think Makhachev holds the lightweight belt against anybody in the world, you know, on any day, you know, including Ilia Topuria. I don't think if he moved up, he would have much success against Makhachev.
Not everyone is convinced Makhachev's move will go smoothly. Philip Rowe remains doubtful that Islam's frame truly fits the welterweight mold. He thinks the Dagestani star still looks more like a lightweight who bulked up rather than a natural 170-pounder. Rowe predicts that the difference in natural size will become obvious once the exchanges start. He believes Maddalena's sharp striking and precision could expose that gap and wear Islam down before the later rounds even begin.
Philip Rowe, what's cracking, man?
Chilling.
Hey, now listen, you're welterweight. You've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in a fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots. I think personally he'll stop Islam.
And Machado Gary focused entirely on the technical chess match. To him, this fight comes all down to takedown defense. Gary views Maddalena as the superior striker, but he also understands that one successful takedown from Islam can change the entire direction of the fight. The real question, Gary says, is whether Jack can defend consistently for 5 rounds without gassing out. For him, it's not just a fight, it's the ultimate test of endurance, focus, and composure.
The fight for me really is when Islam grabs a hold of Jack, how good has Jack improved? Because Islam is world class at that and has been for probably his entire life because of the way he trains and where he has come from. So can Jack stop that consistently like he did against Belal? Because he did a phenomenal job against Belal of stopping that. But can he do that against someone who's just cleaner, more technical? On the feet, I think Jack wins it cleanly. I think he'll jab, switching stances. He'll have a bit more fluidity due to the fact that Islam's not going to be changing stances so regularly. So I think Jack can do it on the feet, but the question mark is, can he stop the takedown consistently over 5 rounds?
Carlos Prates looked at the matchup from a more emotional standpoint. For Prates, the thing that makes Jack so dangerous isn't just power or speed, it's his patience. He believes that calmness could be the key to throwing Makhachev off his rhythm. If Maddalena can survive the early pressure and avoid panic, Prates thinks the fight could shift dramatically in the later rounds. Once fatigue begins to set in, Islam's control might start to fade and Jack's steady pace could turn the tide.
The main event is also in your weight class, JDM and Islam. Who do you think is going to win that?
I think the favorite is Islam, but Jackie show like he grew up a lot as a fighter. Since he stopped fight now, he was a long time without fight, almost 2 years, and he got really good skills to fight Belal Muhammad, defense takedowns. So I think he's gonna win.
You think Jack is going to win?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think he wins a decision, or do you think he stops him?
I think decision is really hard fight.
You think Islam stays at 170 or he goes back?
If he lose, I don't know. It depends how he feels during the fights. How close is gonna be the fight, you know?
Stephen Thompson has his own doubts about Jack's readiness. He respects Maddalena's rapid rise but questions whether this fight might be too soon. With elite contenders like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Gary waiting in line, Thompson thinks timing plays a crucial role in championship-level fights. He wonders if experience and composure might be what truly separates Islam from the rest of the division.
Who do you think wins that fight between Islam and Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, first off, I gotta say, if I was Shavkat Rakhmonov or Ian Gary or somebody that is right there who's really worked hard to get there, I'd be pretty pissed. Because, you know, this guy, JDM, just got the title, and then he's giving somebody else a shot at what I've earned the right to have, you know, which is the title shot. Like, give JDM a shot at, you know, give him 1 or 2 more guys. If he beats them, then give him somebody outside the division. But I would be kind of pissed. I would be kind of upset that they're giving this guy immediately somebody from 155 division. Now, I think it's a very tough fight for Islam Makhachev. Bigger guy, somebody who won the title from somebody with a similar style in Belal Muhammad. I do believe Islam Makhachev striking is a lot better than Belal Muhammad's, but their pressure, their cardio, their wrestling background, fairly similar. Obviously, I think one would be better than the other, but he's faced somebody a lot exactly like him. So I think it would be a tough fight for Islam for sure.
Meanwhile, within Team Makhachev, confidence remains sky high. Umar Nurmagomedov, Islam's close teammate and another dominant Dagestani prospect, dismissed any talk about size advantages. He insists that Islam's transition to welterweight has been perfectly managed. According to Umar, his cousin isn't just heavier, he's faster, stronger, and more explosive than ever before. He also revealed that Islam isn't coming in with a single game plan, but with several different strategies, all ready to adapt depending on how Maddalena approaches the fight.
He have he don't have some just one plan for fight, and he have plan A, B, C, and like all alphabet, D, E, A, everything, like if something not he couldn't do, he gonna try other one not good, he have next plan, and he's amazing fighter, and he's amazing friend, brother, and I think he will take this belt. I think he deserves.
Yeah. When I talked to him right after he vacated the lightweight title, he said he was having a bit of a hard time like adding on the muscle and keeping it on. He said it wasn't making him feel good, but he looks very good now. Do you think he's like very built well for welterweight?
Yes, he become a bigger, now he have more power, more than ever, and I think he's ready.
Dan Hooker, one of the few men who's actually fought Makhachev, sees both sides of the equation. He knows firsthand how tough it is to prepare for someone like Islam, but he also respects Maddalena's courage to defend his belt against such a complete fighter. For Hooker, this matchup is about mutual risk and ambition. For Jack, it's a chance to prove that he belongs among the sport's elite. For Islam, it's about chasing greatness and doing what even Khabib Nurmagomedov never did: move up in weight and capture a second world title.
Like, credit to Islam, like doing something that even Khabib didn't dare to try, which is move up a weight class. He's got his own problems. Jack Della's that's a big boy. I've stood next to Jack Della a few times, and you could chop off one of his legs and he's still not gonna make lightweight. Like, he is a legitimate welterweight problem. And that obviously takes away a lot of Islam's advantages by coming in there and being a big lightweight, being a strong lightweight.
Robert Whittaker, another proud Australian and former UFC champion, has no hesitation in backing his countryman. He believes Maddalena's discipline and composure in striking exchanges will be key. Whittaker doesn't think Jack needs to stuff every takedown attempt, just enough to keep the fight standing. As long as he can control the pace and maintain his distance, Whittaker sees a clear path to victory for the Australian.
As you can be.
Because I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands. Yeah. I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. Yeah. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Israel Adesanya analyzed the fight with his usual technical insight. Having faced plenty of wrestling-heavy opponents himself, he understands the challenge ahead for Maddalena. To Adesanya, the key lies in disrupting Islam's rhythm early. If Jack can keep the fight at range, dictate distance, and control the exchanges, he might land something significant. But Adesanya also warned that Islam Makhachev's ability and adaptability is what makes him so dangerous. One slip, one mistimed strike, and Makhachev can turn the fight around in an instant with a takedown or a submission.
I'm usually overthinking everything. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah.
That's why we fight.
No, I'm usually like...
While we're on super fight chats, because you guys both know a lot about these two people, Della versus Islam. How are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I feel from talking to Tim and also seeing Della, and also I've only sparred Della once, like not really hard crazy, but and I didn't try and take him down at all, but I've seen him at your gym sparring, and his scrambles are crazy.
Yeah, he's
even
good
watching him
scrambles.
with Bilal as well, and Gilbert Burns. His scrambles are crazy, and I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him, because When he puts them things on him, he's like, oh shit, I'm standing with this guy, I have to take him down. And then he tries, gets him down, and he gets back up, or he couldn't get him down, because he's a big dude. People don't realize how big Della is as well, and he's solid. So I really
Dense, man, just dense.
Dense, yeah. Like when I felt, like I said, we're sparring, and then it's just a weight behind it, and the way he throws it, the body banging, man, fucking good. But I know
Alexander Volkanovski, who's shared the octagon with Makhachev twice, also weighed in. Having experienced Islam's strength and fight IQ up close, Volkanovski knows exactly what Jack is up against. But he's not counting his fellow Australian out. He believes Maddalena's confidence after beating Belal Muhammad has changed everything. That win showed a new level of composure, striking precision, and takedown defense that Volkanovski thinks could surprise Makhachev. He sees Jack's forward pressure and crisp boxing as real weapons that could make things interesting, especially if Islam can't establish control early on.
JDM is getting ready for Islam Makhachev. How dangerous is he for Islam? So he's going to be an absolute nightmare. You've got Belal, who's a wrestler. Look how we handle that. And you know he's a beast on the feet. Islam's not taking this one lightly. So him moving up, I still think he's a nightmare for a lot of the people in the division, but I think JDM can do it.
Max Holloway took a different angle. He focused less on power or size and more on intelligence. Holloway sees both men as highly cerebral fighters who make quick adjustments mid-fight. That adaptability, he believes, will make this matchup incredibly unpredictable. For him, this fight isn't just about strength or technique, it's a mental battle between two of the smartest fighters in the sport.
Your thoughts on Islam moving up to welterweight?
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know. He's the number 2 pound for pound in the world. You gotta respect that, but don't sleep on Jack. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and when that match happens, I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's going to be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack.
With all these perspectives colliding, UFC 322 is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing fights of the year. On one side stands Islam Makhachev, the meticulous technician who has conquered lightweight and now seeks to extend his dominance at welterweight. On the other is Jack Della Maddalena, the calm, collected striker who has been waiting for the moment to prove that he is the future of the division. The stage is set for a clash that goes beyond titles. It's a test of evolution, of how far skill and discipline can carry a fighter when faced with new challenges. Whether Makhachev's move to 170 pounds cements his status as one of the all-time greats, or whether Maddalena's striking brilliance marks the beginning of a new era, one thing is certain, fans are about to witness something special. And if Ali Abdelaziz's words are any indication, the version of Islam Makhachev stepping into the octagon this November might just redefine what greatness looks like in mixed martial arts.